Okay, I'm back. This is that patch again. You said you wanted to see me prime it and paint it. Now, I have the paint here, but I really can't read on whether it's a primer paint or not. It's just not clear, so I'm going to be better safe than sorry. So the first thing I want to do is sand this patch. So I'm just going to take a little piece of sanding sponge because it doesn't need much. It doesn't need much. And the reason I mask, normally I wouldn't mask this off either. But my problem is I only have spray primer. That's all I have. I had it at home, and I'm not going to go out and buy some other stuff since I have this anyway. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use the spray primer. I'm just going to mask this off a little bit, prime this out. I'll throw the fan on here and dry the primer out real quick, and then I've got the paint to cut this in and paint it. So that's it. So that's all I'm going to do. It's all sanded. It looks real good. There's a little bit right there still. It's all sanded. It looks really, really good. So now let me, I've been shaking this up. And the reason you haven't seen me post things in the last few weeks, it's because I did take a break. I went on vacation. Me and my wife, we just spent a week at my daughter's house in Texas. And then we spent another week on, another week on the Gulf of Mexico where I got stung by jellyfish. Yeah, I'm a puppy, so. But I'm just gonna paint this. Stuff is going everywhere. Okay, this won't take me long, and this will dry right away. I just want to make sure I get a primer on here, so the paint's fixed. Like I said, I don't know if this is a primer paint or not, but better safe than sorry. Always better safe than sorry. I hate it. I absolutely hate it when I walk up to a job and I can just peel all of the paint off the wall because it wasn't primed properly. So let's let this dry, and then I'll grab my roller and my brush and I'll paint this out real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back right now. I'm doing this. So the primer's all dry now. It just took a few minutes to dry. So I'm just going to cut this in real quick. So I've got my paint right here, and all I'm going to do is cut this in. It's real easy now since I've got it masked off. I don't have to worry about it too much, getting paint on anything. And I'm going to paint probably most of this. I can see, I don't know if you can see this or not, whoever painted this before. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. See that pink? So whoever painted this before really didn't do a great job. So I'm gonna cut that into a little bit. I can cut this in, but you know, it's really important, guys, too, when you're doing a lot of painting, that you cut it in, let it set up before you do any rolling. Don't think you can just cut this in and then roll on top of it. It's not really good to do that. So what you want to do is you want to cut this in, let whatever you cut in set up and dry, and then use the roller. If I even use a roller, quite honestly, there's just so little here, and just painting this out like this is working out pretty good. I might just go ahead and just finish painting this out, and then not even bother with a roller. But we'll see. I don't know. I do have a roller here with me, but I probably am going to roll this out somewhat just to get the stipple on the walls, because the stipple's different. But I'll put the paint on here. This is good. And I am going to roll this out right away because I don't want to be here forever. So let me grab my roller. I got my roller here. I'm going to dip it in the paint. And I don't need much. And then I'll put that on here just to give it some stipple. get it to roll. It's a little stiff actually. Boy, I'm glad I put this on because it's not actually rolling. All right, so I'll give a little stipple. It'll be good. This will be good. And this looks good. I'm going to feather it in. Feather this in some. And this looks good. Truthfully, it's a little holidaying and stuff like that, but I think once it dries, if you saw what it looked like before I started, let me show you what it looked like before I even started. It looked a lot like, I don't know if that's coming in or not, if you can see that or not, all the spideries in here. You can see it under the pink. There it is. That came through now. And then, oh, too close. So it's, I'm not having that over here right now because I skimmed all of that spider stuff out. So it looks really good. But there you have it. The patch is done. It's painted. It's rolled out. And it looks really good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just dry this up a little bit. I'm going to put one more quick coat on here real quick. And it'll be fine. It'll be all done. So, all right. You guys have a good day. Hey, a little side note, you guys. I just wanted to tell you, you know the painter's pants, they have that little loop in their pants. That's to hold a little rag. I know most painters that I know, they just take a rag, they put it through the loop, and then they'll carry a 1-inch knife. I don't have a 1-inch knife, I just have a 6. And then that way, if they get paint on something that they don't want to get it on, they'll take their 1-inch knife, they'll wrap it around the rag, and they'll just clean it off. And they take the paint off of anything that it's not supposed to be on. So had I just cut this in and did not, yeah, boy, they got paint all over the side here too. But it's not something that I did. It's something that somebody else did. And but had I gotten paint on anything that it doesn't belong on, I would have just taken my rag and taken it off. It's that easy. It's that simple. And 2, after you wash your brush up, put it back in its keeper. It keeps the brush in very good shape. Don't throw away these keepers. They're made to hold the brush and keep it nice. So you wash the brush up really well and then put it back in its keeper. Works great. Have a great day. Hey, if you really like this video, subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, share it with somebody else. You have a great day.